Yo, welcome back to another video. It's your boy Corey the Man, bro. It's like 2:54 right now, almost 3 o'clock. I don't even care, y'all. Bro, I was watching Kevin Hart. He said he be waking up at 4 o'clock in the morning and to go running. So I don't see why we can't, I don't know, I gotta resurgence to stream, and I wanna do it again. I wanna trying to make my first YouTube paycheck. We on the way. I think I made 1 cent today, and that's better than what I'm usually doing. So if we can do that every day, maybe it'll add up to a lot more money. Let me get my iPad. Where did I put that thing? I found it. So we reacting to the biggest games coming in 2023. Damn, I thought it was okay.
We have our little boy.
Sorry, it was stuck on the I was watching USA Network on my iPad because I don't have it. I don't have the cable channel. But anyways, so since we're watching the biggest games of 2023, I know I want to see maybe 2K24. Maybe doesn't I don't have to, but I better see Spider-Man. That's all I'm gonna say. I better see Spider-Man. It's coming out. It's making its way. They might not have the release date because they just announced the release date not too long ago, October 20th. Right now, I'm waiting on my TV show.
Back in the day, our internet could only handle 2 players.
These kids don't know how good they have it.
Hey, Boga, you got next?
I hate when
Time
people
to get
say
to
that.
work.
If you don't know how good you got it,
multiple devices. The Xfinity
it's always gonna be better, bro. Y'all gotta stop saying y'all don't know how good you got it. My screen is stuck for a minute. Okay, now it's not. Oh, they showed it, bro. They showed it right before the video even started. Yeah, you know what's coming.
Due to a variety of factors like new video game consoles and your run-of-the-mill global pandemic,
I might pause
a
it
whole
to
lot of
say some
games
stuff,
got
y'all.
delayed in 2022. That kind of sucked in 2022, but it means 2023 is going to be absolutely bonkers in terms of video game releases. Here are a whole bunch of the games that we know are coming out in 2023.
It's not as blurry
It's not
anymore.
even all
That's
of them.
great.
Let's get to it.
It was
Here
blurry
kicks
at
off with
first, but
Fire
now it's
Emblem
not.
Engage on Switch. This is the follow-up to Three Houses, and this time around you'll be able to summon or engage characters from the series past, including
Sorry, I'm
OG
loading it up on my
protagonist
phone.
and Smash staple Marth. You can put a ring on it January 20th, so save the date. So let me get this
the hell
straight.
you just
The
say?
team behind
Put a ring
Final
on it.
Fantasy 15
You get-
developed
what you
a new
talking about?
RPG that's not what I would call a Final Fantasy game.
Force
It's a freaking
Spoken. I played the
PS5
demo.
console exclusive
I
that's
liked
also
it.
coming to PC, and
I don't think I liked it
I'm
enough
talking
to
about
buy it,
Forspoken.
but I
Yeah,
liked it.
Okay, that is a game that's out this
I
month.
heard
It was
about it
supposed to be
before I
out in
even got
May,
my
and then in
PS5.
October,
So
it
when
might
I
actually
first
come
got
out
my
on January
PS5, I
24th,
played the
so,
demo. It was
check it out.
nice.
If the Callisto Protocol didn't satisfy your need for deep space survival horror in
Let's
which
see what else
combat
we
tips
got.
are awkwardly written on the wall in blood, well, you can relive the original Dead Space with Dead Space Remake. The entire game has been recreated painstakingly in the Frostbite engine.
I don't think
and
I
changed
played
things
Dead
up a bit with a
Space.
disgusting new
I
system
played
which is
Dead
called
Rising,
peeling, that
but
apparently
not
lets
Dead
you mutilate
Space.
those necromorphs down to the individual bones.
I guess
and
it's like
tendons.
a
That's horrible, and it's also
zombie
on
game
new gen
in,
and PC on the 27th. On February 10th, it's
in
back
space?
to school season in the Wizarding World, and Hogwarts Legacy lets you live out the ultimate fantasy of attending Harry Potter's alma
I thought
mater.
that came
Just
out in
imagine
2022.
the thrill of paying out the ass for textbooks that try to buy
Maybe
you
not.
the least wheelchair-accessible stairs in the history of schools, and your entire academic career being
Why
determined
does this
by a guidance
look
counselor
nothing like
who
the
is a
game?
talking hat. But hey,
Okay, now
at
it
least you
does.
can re-roll if it puts you in Hufflepuff. If you wish Monster Hunter was a little more like Fortnite, keep an eye out for
I
Wild
played
Hearts,
Hogwarts,
yet
so
another
I
fantastical
finished it
world for you
too.
to explore. This one is
Well, at least
inspired
the
by
main
feudal
story.
Japan. Imagine that.
I still
It's
got
developed by
side quests and
Megaforce, the
stuff
studio
I can
behind
do.
the Dynasty Warriors
It's
series and
actually
its
pretty
myriad
easy now
Musou spin-offs.
that
And if the fact that
finished the
EA's
regular
publishing
game.
worries you,
I
bear
just
in
be
mind that Activision published
spamming
Sekiro. Do you
Avada
heart Wild
Kedavra.
Hearts? See for yourself when it's out in the wild on
I bought
February
it for the.
17th.
I don't
If
know.
you're
It.
not totally sick of hearts after eating a box of Valentine's candy while playing Wild Hearts, on the 21st, Atomic Heart can get your blood pumping. This is the
I'm guessing these are the
single-player
earlier
first-person shooter with a
games
Soviet aesthetic
that
looks
they're
a bit
showing
like
off.
Fallout's paleo-futurism
They don't really
from
got.
the other
Oh,
side of
the
Iron
data's
Curtain.
up here.
However, its
Stupid me.
combat and weirdness levels seem more in line with BioShock. If
So
you're
we
looking
in
for something to
February
pass the time
21st.
until Ken Levine's Judas, this might be worth checking out, and it's on everything but Switch. On February 22nd, Sony is for all intents and purposes launching a
PlayStation
brand new
VR
console with
2?
PlayStation VR 2, which will have a pile of launch titles to go with
Oh,
it.
okay.
And at the summit,
I
of
still
this
got my
Mobile Hill,
PlayStation
the day one
4
releases,
VR.
You'll find the Horizon spin-off Call of the Mountain, which promises to be a full-length VR game. Maybe not as long as the flagship
neat.
Horizon games, but definitely more meaty than your average virtual reality experience.
I played the
That's exclusively on PSVR, which is
Horizon
exclusively on PS5.
Forbidden. I
The
think
name Company of
something.
Heroes might suggest
I didn't
a
like it
sandwich
too
chain
much.
like
It was
Subway or
hard.
Quiznos, but rest assured, Company of Heroes 3 is still a World War II RTS. In addition to 2 unique campaigns in Northern Africa,
I feel like these
this one
war
also has
games,
new
they
gameplay
never,
features like a dynamic campaign map and a
they never
tactical
go
pause,
anywhere, 'cause
which
you
sounds
be
great
trying to
when the
compare it
real-time
to,
combat gets a little
Call
too
of
real.
Duty
That
and-
comes to PC on February 24th.
Yeah, it
Sons of the
doesn't.
Forest
It
is the
doesn't
direct
work out.
descendant of the hit Woodland survival game with a heavy emphasis on survival. While a lot of us would prefer to be stuck on a proverbial desert island with a Steam Deck or an attractive celebrity, this one will see you foraging for supplies and
point?
fighting the elements while also fending off a horrible cave system full of terrifying mutant cannibals. Sounds lovely.
Why didn't
That's
you
on
just say
PC.
zombies?
If that's too scary,
Oh,
you'd rather
his
repeatedly kill
body.
some adorable
Never
astronauts through a
mind.
reckless trial and error approach to aeronautics, Kerbal Space Program 2 lets you do
It
that
was
and
fun.
lots more.
I think my
It hits
friend,
early access on
Frankie
PC
would
on
like that
February
game.
24th, but the
He
developers
likes
promise
Spyro.
custom bases, multiplayer,
So,
mod support, and of course
and
console versions
Crash.
down the road.
So,
If you yearn
seems
for
like
the
something he
simpler
would like.
days of
Oh,
classic
and
turn-based RPGs with beautiful
Ratchet and
pixel
Clank.
art,
He like
Dickensian
that's
campaigns,
his other
or if you
favorite
just thought
game.
the 2018 game Octopath Traveler was pretty cool, well, you're in luck because Octopath Traveler hits PC, Switch, and both PlayStations also on February 24th.
I don't
On
like
March
this
1st,
one.
the day before hits PC, and before your eyes glaze over
Day
at the
before.
idea of yet another post-apocalyptic zombie survival game with base building and survival elements, get
I
a
think,
load of these
um,
graphics. A lot of games on this list were delayed due to the pandemic, but developer Fnatic
I think I
pushed
played
this
one of
so
these
they could
things
switch
where it's like,
engines from Unreal 4
it was
to
zombie
Unreal
game and
5,
you
and
had
it looks like that was
to,
a smart move because it's
like,
the
pick up
second most
tools and-
wishlisted game on Steam
I'm
after
not good
Hogwarts
at
Legacy.
explaining it.
That's on PC with plans for new-gen console versions later on. Wolong
It was
Fallen
on
Dynasty is the
PlayStation
latest
4 though.
project from Team Ninja, and it looks
Whoa,
to
lame.
continue the long tradition of kicking your ass repeatedly, which began with Ninja Gaiden and the Neo games. But
Kicking
this
your
one's set in
ass
China's Three
repeatedly.
Kingdoms period, but you know, it's got a grisly dark fantasy twist. That is on all the stuff that isn't made by Nintendo.
Damn.
Allegedly, Skull and Bones is
I thought it was
finally
gonna be
coming
like
out, but I don't
those.
believe it when I
If
see
it was,
This
I
is
might
Ubisoft's multiplayer
went
pirate
on it
game, which
when-
supposedly began as an Assassin's
Pretty
Creed
sure it's
Black
like
Flag
$39
spin-off, and at
now,
one point was apparently
'cause
like
this
For Honor
game
with boats,
came out
but since then
earlier.
it's taken the shape of something much more like Sea of Thieves, and it's been delayed about, well, my entire career. Anyway, that drops anchor on new gen and PC March 9th, allegedly. To make
March
up for the extremely long wait for Bayonetta 3, Platinum Games is rewarding fans of the bespectacled
I'm just
Umber
waiting
Witch
for
with
us
a
to
brand
get
new
to, like,
installment less than a year
May
later. Bear in mind, it's a pretty big
to,
shift, ditching the realistic
August
third-person
and
action for
September.
a top-down adventure with a cuter story.
These other games I don't
aesthetic,
really know
but
nothing about
definitely
because
looks
I
more
didn't have
fun
my
than waiting
PS5
5
back
years for a
then.
sequel. That is on Switch, March 17th.
Well, I think I got
Still
my
on March
PS5
17th is Star Wars Jedi
right-
Survivor
right
follow-up
before,
to Fallen Order,
um,
which sees the return of an older and hairier
Hogwarts
Cal Kestis who will
came
undoubtedly
out
have
1
some new
week
tricks
before.
up his sleeve. Technical
I
hiccups aside,
played this
Respawn
whole
knocked it
game.
out of the park with the first
It
game,
was
so
nice.
hopefully this
I liked
continues
it.
the streak that is on new
I didn't play the
consoles and PC. What are you
Fallen
buying?
Jedi the
Well, on
full
March
game because it was a
24th,
little bit
Resident Evil
harder.
4 remake probably.
But
Between
for
recent mainline entries and the last
Jedi
two remakes,
Survivor,
Capcom
it was
probably
nice.
hasn't had the trust of fans like this since.
I hate
well,
that,
probably
I think
RE4's
somebody-
original release, and a modern
it was like
remake of
day
one of the
one,
best,
the game
albeit
was just
most
coming
divisive
out.
games in
They
the
said they
entire
had
series.
finished the
With a
game
few modern
already.
adjustments, seems like it'll be a pretty good time. That's on both PlayStations, Xbox Series X, and PC.
I'm thinking
Crime Boss
about getting
Rocket City is a brand new
Texas
first-person shooter that
Chainsaw
came totally out of left field, and we don't know much
when
about it other than it's
as
got
soon
a
as it
star-studded
drops.
cast, which
I mean,
is
as soon as I
mostly
get my
Michaels
money,
and
I
Danny's.
think
Specifically, Rooker,
this Thursday,
Hansen, Glover,
so I
and
can
Trejo.
play with my
It
brother.
also has Kim Basinger, Vanilla Ice, and Chuck Norris. What's the gameplay like? Great question. That's on PC March 28th and
Crime
consoles
Boss.
someday. Before there was BioShock, there was System Shock, and this is yet another classic that's getting
System
a full
Shock.
modern remake. And if you're having deja vu, that might be because this got kickstarted
I even
way
like
back in
BioShock.
2016.
I think I
and sometime
played,
in March, you'll finally finally get to play.
Bioshock,
That's
I
on
think
everything
one or
that
two,
doesn't say Nintendo
maybe
on
even
it.
both.
Dead Island 2 has had a
They
long
weren't
and
it.
rocky development, and on April 28th, it is
Dead
finally
Island.
rising from its grave.
I watched
LA is
a
infested with
YouTube
zombies,
video
and
on the
you
first
gotta go
one.
kill them.
Dead
What do you
Island.
kill them with? All kinds
It
of
was-
stuff, including stuff that's glued to other stuff
I don't know.
that you glued there.
It seemed
on
like
Crafting
more of an
Bench.
adventure
That's coming
game
out April
than
28th, once again on
what
everything
this
but
is.
Switch. But hey, Switch owners are going to be just fine because on May 12th, The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom
Zelda!
Breath of the Wild was such a genre-redefining watershed game that the wait for a
This was
follow-up
the
has
game I
felt
was
like a
on
lifetime, and that
the
might be
Nintendo
because this has been
3DS.
one of, if not the longest breaks between Zelda
Zelda.
installments in the entire series history. So let's hope it lives up to everybody's sky-high expectations. It's been a very long wait for a new game from Rocksteady, the studio that gave us the Batman Arkham series, and while
It got
it's set in the
delayed.
same
It got
universe,
delayed, bro.
Suicide
Some of these
Squad
games,
killed the Justice League,
yeah,
which
they got
could be a
delayed.
Pretty huge departure. This time, players can get
I
down
think
with
this
their
one
bad
is coming
selves
out
as Harley Quinn,
2024.
Captain Boomerang, King Shark, and/or Deadshot. That's on new gen.
It's either 2024
looks to be maybe the biggest
or
shift for the series since it jumped
Christmas
from 2
Day,
to 2.5D
or
back
the
in Street Fighter
18th
4.
through the
This is much more than
27th.
just a visual leap. It's adding a character creator and a whole hub city for you to explore and hang out in and presumably do some street fighting in. But don't worry,
Street
as far
Fighter
as fighting
Street.
goes, it's not reinventing the wheel, and the buzz
Oh yeah,
for
that's
those among
something else.
fighting game
I was
diehards
thinking
seems
about Mortal
very
Kombat
positive. That's on PS4,
1.
PS5, Series X
It
and
just
S,
it just
and
came
PC.
out.
Diablo 4 has been in the works for a very long time, but it sounds like it's going to be worth the wait.
Yeah,
The color
I
palette is
saw
far
this.
more
I didn't
aligned
like
with
that it
Diablo
was
2 than
like
3. It is a clear return to
PC
proper dark fantasy, and its
game,
gorgeous
whatever it
world is
was.
wide open for you to explore while slaying demons and
I
horror
don't know.
loot.
I don't get
That's out
what's
on
what's the
6/6 for
thing about those
everything
little
but Switch.
PC.
Like many other games on this list, Final
I don't
Fantasy
know.
16 is a massive departure from its immediate predecessor.
Final
This time it's
Fantasy,
scrapping the
bro.
futuristic elements and returning to
This
good
game been out
old-fashioned medieval
forever.
fantasy, and if you're tired of open worlds, rest assured this looks to have a much more focused area-based approach to level design, but combat is still going to be in real time. That one's exclusively on PS5 for the immediate future. Forza Motorsport gives Microsoft's flagship racing title a soft
Forza.
reboot for its first dedicated
I got a
foray
friend
into
named,
exclusively new-gen territory.
Luke.
This will undoubtedly be a real
loves-
showcase of
he
what the
loves
Series
it.
S and X are capable of graphically, and those sexy anime ladies you
He's-
plastered all over
I think
your
he
tricked
started
out
playing
Subaru
when the
will look
Xbox
sexier
One,
than ever. And so will the
came
Subaru.
out.
That's on Series X
The-
and S
the
and PC
first
sometime
one.
in the spring.
First
A whole bunch of
Xbox
games
one.
have been given the extremely broad release window of first half of the year, so here are some games you're going to be
2000.
playing probably sooner or later. Hollow Knight received
15?
universal acclaim, including IGN
When he
staff
got it?
voting it the best Metroidvania of all time, despite an utter lack of Metroids and Vanias. A lot of people are dying to get their hands on Silk Song, which is the immediate follow-up that puts you in control of Hornet, the enemy-turned-ally from the first game, who has a totally unique moveset. Fans of Homeworld 2
Moves
have been
that don't
waiting
look
2
that
decades
unique.
for a sequel,
It's
and they
just
won't
jumping
have to
in,
wait that much
attacking.
longer. Homeworld 3 takes place
Okay.
even further in the future and will shake up the Deep Space RTS formula with the addition of terrain that'll allow for cover. It's still in space, mind you, but there's just a lot of shit floating around up there now.
It's like
if you love the games that
the
Arcane has put
space
out, like Dishonored, Prey, and Deathloop,
Star
you
Wars
hate
game,
vampires,
or
well,
the
I have the game for you that you probably already
Call of
knew
Duty,
about. Redfall will
Infinite
have you
Warfare.
staking your claim in a New England
that
town
game was
filled with
mostly
bloodsuckers,
space.
and this time around it's co-op, so up to 3 friends can join in on the fun. Stalker 2: Heart of Chernobyl is the long-awaited
hate getting
sequel
co-op
to the
games, 'cause
2007 post-apocalyptic
when I get the
survival
co-op
horror
games,
game
they
based on the
never throw
Tarkovsky
me.
film of the same name,
They
based on
never
the
do.
classic novel
They say they
Roadside
will.
Picnic, and its development has certainly not been a picnic, roadside, or otherwise. In addition to all the other hurdles of developing a
Stalker
AAA
2.
video game through
This
the
is
pandemic,
actually a game?
Ukraine-based GSC World also had to put things on hold while their country was being bombed and invaded by Russian forces. This is
Oh, I thought he was talking about in real life. I was like,
sometime
what
in the
did he
first half of the
say?
year, but I think of all the games on this list, I don't think anybody's going to be mad if they need more time.
Oh,
Starfield is shaping up to be Skyrim in space. And before you
I
tell
wasn't
me that's a
scared,
stupid,
it just-
reductive
the
way of
creature just
describing it,
looked
I'm quoting
odd.
Todd Howard, so
Very
take
weird.
that. Anyway, in space, no one can hear you dragon shout, but you can probably go collect some cheese wheels on the moon or on one of the hundreds of other planets in this game. That's on all the new Xboxes and PC. If you like deep space stuff, but Starfield sounds dauntingly expansive, well, there's also The Expanse. the
These-
Telltale
most of these
series,
games
which is a
seem
narrative
like they
adventure
just
set in the universe of the
PS5,
hit TV show, and that's on PC and
Xbox
consoles.
One,
If you think
Series
narrative
S,
adventures
and
are a
PC.
novel idea, well, it's time to
Some of
unravel
these
a new
games
story with Alan Wake
get
2,
put
which
on,
sees the return of Remedy's author protagonist,
PS4,
but
but
this
it's
time
vague.
around promises to be a proper survival horror. If you're one of the many people who spent thousands of hours hunting and crafting and riding dinosaurs in Ark, you may have thought to yourself at some point, this game is great, but it needs Vin Diesel. Well, you weren't the only one, because Vin Diesel
No,
felt
I
the same
never
way, and
said
after
that.
playing a shitload of the first game, he not
I
only
played
starring in the
Ark,
sequel, he's also involved with its development as studio
Survival,
Wildcard's
Ark
president
Survival.
of Creative Convergence, which means
It
he's
was-
also executive producing an Ark animated series.
I don't know.
why
I
not?
didn't
If
really
you
play
think
that
giant
much.
robots are
I played
awesome,
some of it.
You're correct. And
I just
FromSoft's
like that
beloved
you were
mecha
able to
series
see
Armored Core
dinosaurs
is
and
back
stuff.
with its 6th long overdue installment, Fires of Rubicon. What took so long? Well, FromSoft was busy establishing a little genre called Soulsborne with a trilogy of Dark Souls games, Bloodborne, Sekiro, and of course Elden Ring. There's absolutely no reason to expect Armored
Elden
Core to be
Ring.
anything like those games, and according to the developers, it isn't really, but considering those games are what amassed FromSoft its devoted following, I imagine those fans are being taken into consideration at least somewhat. That's coming to everything. Another AC franchise getting at least one new entry this year is
Assassin's Creed Mirage. This game is about to come out.
After the last few games have veered heavily into
I
action
be
RPG
playing other
territory,
Assassin's Creed games
Creed
and they be
Mirage is
saying
gonna scale
that
things back,
Creed
return to the
Mirage.
original game's
Pre-order
design pillars
now.
of stealth, parkour, and assassinations. The setting: 9th century Baghdad. The first Hades was a
9th
smash hit in
They always
2020.
doing the old,
Fast-paced
old,
roguelike
like,
action and slick visuals earned it a spot
like,
on countless best of lists, as well as
BC,
nabbing IGN's Game of the
AD.
Year award. But we're always happy to see Supergiant Games go
Look,
back to the drawing
the game
board
I
and
just
try
played,
something
I think it
completely
was in
new
400
experimental.
BC.
We're also thrilled that there's more Hades on the way, which will undoubtedly
Hades.
have plenty of surprises in store. Pinocchio fans, if such a thing actually exists, have had a pretty busy couple of years. Hot on the trail of Disney and Del Toro's feature film takes on that dishonest but lovable wooden boy comes Lies of P. This action RPG retells the original 19th century fairy tale in the form of a fast-paced action RPG a la Bloodborne, and yes, you'll be able to tell lies. Marvel's Spider-Man was one of the best-selling games on PS4, so
There we
unsurprisingly,
go.
it's getting a follow-up, but the sequel will be exclusive to PS5. After seeing how
course.
much Insomniac Games was able to do with the new hardware and Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart, we are dying to see what new tricks our friendly neighborhood wall crawler has in store for us in the sequel. The cops and robbers co-op shooter Payday 2 gets a long-awaited sequel a full decade after the last game released. This time around,
I was
players
waiting
can
on
expect
this game to get
larger-scale
one.
heist, as developers have described the setting as, quote, a living, enormous representation of New York City. Another series getting a sequel after a decade of nothing, unless you count the mobile game,
I'll be
Pikmin.
playing that
We
Crime
basically
Day
haven't seen
edition.
anything from this game outside of a 30-second trailer, but we have a sneaking suspicion that it will involve some Pikmin. I don't know, what do you know about this game? They haven't shown us anything. A whole bunch of
Pikmin.
beloved
I
horror
thought it
movie
said
licenses
Pikmin.
have found new life in the
Like,
asymmetrical
skin.
multiplayer genre, and joining the ranks of
Texas
Friday the 13th,
Chainsaw. This is
Predator,
the
Evil
game I
Dead,
was
and
talking
Killer
about.
Clowns from Outer
My
Space
brother
is the
said
Texas
I get it, he'll
Chainsaw
play with
Massacre.
me. I think
Based
it's
squarely in
the
the era of the
crossplay.
1974 slasher classic, the game will have one team playing as meddling teens who have to, not get murdered, and the other team will be playing as not just Leatherface, but his entire messed up family too. Considering how much Gears of War copied Warhammer 40k's homework, it's only fair that they get to follow suit, and the 2011 third-person shooter Space Marine clearly understood the assignment. Now, we're finally getting a sequel continuing the adventures of Ultramarines Captain Titus, who will eviscerate a sea of screeching Tyranids, and this one sounds pretty cool. And finally, for this list, not for all the games coming out, is The Wolf Among Us 2. The reformed Telltale Games is finally returning to the Fables universe to continue Big B's story. This new game picks up 6 months after the last one. If you need a refresher, that's totally understandable because the last game was released a decade ago. And there you have it.
Yes.
That's a whole bunch of games that are coming out in 2023.
That's
and
pretty
it's not
nice.
even
That's a nice
all of them,
lineup.
because a whole bunch of them we don't even know about quite yet. But I know a cool website you can keep an eye on if you like video games. It's called IGN.com. 2023 is going to be a doozy. I'll see you around.
I'm gonna watch one more video and then I'm gonna call it quit for until 12 o'clock, which is when I wake up.